Oh,
My fault.
excuse me. Sorry.
Okay, we'll open up to questions for the athletes first, excuse them, and then go to coach. So open questions for Paige and Arike. Maya.
This is for both Paige and Arike. Y'all have really been playing well together the last few games. What do you feel like has been contributing to just the chemistry on the court?
I think it's more communication. We made it a point to just communicate with each other more. Pick each other up if we, ever see something going on. But I think just building that relationship and that chemistry and knowing that, we're kind of two leads on this team and a lot of stuff goes through us, so we have to be on the same page, and we've been really intentional about it.
For Paige, what did you see in that first quarter? You guys had a heck of a start, great start. What did you see in that first quarter?
We were just trying to have a fast start and come out strong, deflect and make everything hard for them on defense, and then get out in transition and run and attack and be on the aggressive end on offense. And so we were moving the ball. We were getting good shots within our offense, and then we were making catches difficult. We were reading some, and we were good in our rotations on defense. So we were proud of the start.
This is for Arike. You have 14 assists, career high. That also means that the team was clicking. Just talk about, I know you talked about you and Paige's chemistry, but just talk about the overall chemistry of the team and just you as an overall guard.
Yeah, I think in us simplifying the offense, we kind of know where each other's going to be now, and we're building that chemistry where, we know where our fours are going to be, our fives, the rest of the guards on the court, and just learning each other. I think just day by day we're learning each other and building that with all 11 players, and I think that's showing on the court.
For Arike, it feels like this has been a pretty good stretch for you coming out of the All-Star break. Do you feel like anything's been different that has allowed you to string together these games?
Yeah, just my teammates. They always have my back. Regardless of what happened in the first half, we've been looking at it as if, this is a new season, new start, scratch everything that happened, and just move on from that. And, that's what I've been doing. That's what the team's been doing, and we just focus on the present.
Paige, what's going through your mind in the fourth quarter when it seems to be snowballing a bit? They seem to be able to get to the line several possessions in a row. What's going through your mind as you want to stop that run?
Yeah, play the possession. We couldn't really get any shots to go in, so we had to rely on our defense. And at the beginning of the quarter, they were getting out in transition, getting easy buckets, getting to the free throw line. So we just tightened up defensively. And then their zone kind of slowed us down, so we got a little stagnant. So we were trying to change sides of the floor, get into the middle of the zone attack, and not let it slow us down. But we were also trying to run time off the clock. So a mix of that and just relying on our defense and just gutting it out, basically.
Paige, in what areas have you seen your game grow from the beginning of the season till now?
Truly, I think the way that I make everybody around me, try to make everyone around me better, and be a voice. I think I've grown more confidence in being a leader and talking and communicating, calling huddles, just always having something to say, something to always coach on the floor. And so just really, I think using my voice, and my teammates have done a great job of being receptive to it. Even though I'm a rookie, we all just want to win, so all of our voices matter.
Great.
Arike, it seems you've developed a strong connection with Louisa, especially when you're drawing two and hitting her as a relief option. Just what does she bring that makes her an effective offensive player?
Yeah, I think she brings that European swag. She's really smart, really savvy. She just makes the right reads, and obviously, she's a rookie, but she's older. She's been playing pro for a while, so she's a really smart player, and I think we all trust her, to make the right decision, and we've had a pretty good two-man game, and it's been really effective.
Kind of building off of that, Paige, Louisa hit some shots. She had a big game offensively tonight. We've seen Lee do the same thing. How much of a difference does it make for the offense when one of those bigs can step out and hit those shots? Yeah, it just makes teams have to guard them. It's a floor spacer. It allows for, if teams double me and Reek, they can get easy pop threes or easy roll downs for a mid-range jumper or a layup. And so it just opens up and widens our offense to be able to get more driving lanes as well, and it just creates more opportunities for everybody else to get open looks.
Arike, we saw you break up some new shoes tonight. What's the name behind them, and do they have any meaning?
Yeah, they're my Dancing with the Stars PE. I was on Dance with the Stars in 2018, so it's kind of like a little disco ball, shiny. They're fire. That was my first time wearing them. I love them, but shout out to Nike.
They work well.
Yeah, they did.
She was dancing.
Yeah.
Paige, you mentioned your defense tonight, leaning on that late in the game for both of you, actually. How would you assess the growth in your defense from the beginning of season to now?
I think it's still continuing to grow. We felt like we haven't done a great job the last couple of games. Either one person's going off or all 5 to 6 people are in double digits. So we wanted to clean that up and really just make things more difficult. It'll make things easier for us on offense and getting out in transition, but dictating more, disrupting more. And so that's the emphasis moving forward.
Christian on the Zoom.
Yes, my question's for both of you. Really, just considering how
Thank
the
God.
starting players being longer, Eurobasket, injuries, hardship contracts. How have you guys started to build that connection once the late half of the season? Now that you know this roster that you have now is pretty set.
Paige.
What was the question?
Building chemistry now that our roster is set.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. Just having people in and out of the lineups, people leaving, people going, but that's life. It's just next woman up mentality and just build and grow with what you play the hand you were dealt at that time. But it's very nice to obviously get some fluidity and some consistency in who we're going to get to see every night. And that's also getting reps and practice with each other. So obviously with repetition, it becomes better. So it's been nice to get a little bit of that.
Jordan on the Zoom.
Hey ladies, Jordan with Television Sports. Congrats on the win. My question's for both players. So you guys have picked up 2 impressive wins against Seattle and New York post All-Star break. Just talk about how to use that to build some momentum going into Wednesday's game against Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we got a win against Seattle, but then we had a loss against who do we play?
The Valkyries.
Yeah, the Valkyries, and then a loss against Aces. So it's not really it's game to game. Obviously, if we kept that momentum against Seattle, we would be 4-0. So this is a great win, but it's a whole other team coming in on Wednesday and who play different than this team, and we just got to take the good from this game. But obviously, we have to lock in on the other team. So it's not really keep it going. It's game to game. I think Pete said that last time. It's like momentum is kind of a myth. Like it's game to game, and we got to stay in the presence and. Just focus on Atlanta, one game at a time.
Rob, go ahead.
Thank you. Rob Tianzo from the Podium Finish. My question's for both Paige and Arike. Paige, what did it mean to deliver such a steady, efficient performance in both ends against the defending champions? And how key was it to set the tone early, especially with your bucket in the first 30 seconds? And for you, Arike, how did it feel to have your rhythm out there and help steer the team through those momentum swings with your double-double tonight?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it wasn't really about my performance, but Arike's. It's a what have you done for me lately world. It's a what have you done for me lately league. And I think everybody should be writing a story about her tonight. To have an efficient 20 points, to have 14 assists, one turnover, and just playing within the offense, playing within the flow, playing on both sides of the ball. I mean, for her to come and turn around after this All-Star break and perform how she's performing, I think a conversation between us has been controlling what we can control, and leading and using our voice and not being affected by all the things that happen within a basketball game, but staying present and staying focused. And I think that's done wonders for us, and it's not going to work. It's not going to be beautiful every single night, but for a performance like this tonight, the story should be about her.
Andrew, go ahead.
Thanks, Pam. First for the pride of Milwaukee, Arike with 14 assists, only 1 turnover. And Scholar had a triple-double tonight, so Notre Dame was having something go crazy in a great way tonight. Was this your best decision-making of your career for you and for Paige? You got to meet Usain Bolt yesterday, and he's back again tonight. Just thoughts of meeting Usain there. So first for you, Arike.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I've played a lot of games in the WNBA, but I think it is. I mean, it's my highest career assist, so it probably is in that conversation. But yeah, I mean, credit to the team. They were knocking everything down. Honestly, it was easy. Just swing it to them, and they were knocking it down. So it was definitely great team basketball.
Yeah, Usain's the GOAT, fastest man to ever live. So to be in his presence, I was just trying to soak something up, get some speed from him. But really just an honor to meet him and very grateful he's supporting the WNBA women's basketball, attending our games. So that was an awesome opportunity.
And last one to Rob. I'm sorry, you're good. Last one to DJ.
Questions for both Arike and Paige. For Arike, what clicked tonight for you as a passer? And then then for Paige, I wanted to know, what have you learned from Arike, not just as a scorer, but as a decision maker, that's helped you read the game better?
I mean, just trusting your teammates. They started to, double a little bit, trap a little bit, and the rest of the team were getting to open space and they were knocking it down. So, like I said, it was pretty easy because they were knocking everything down, and everybody was efficient, looking for their shot, and everybody was, willing to make the extra pass, which just opens everything for everyone.
Yeah, and I think Reek's been handling doubles since she entered the league. So for me, being a rookie experiencing this, how to handle that, how to handle the pressure, learning from her how to hit the short roll. I had never done that a ton in college. So just learning and dissecting how she handles the pressure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Started. First quarter, heck of a start, like I said. What did you see out there in the first quarter?
Yeah, just an energy, a defensive tenacity to just get up and get into people. And so when we got stops and we could run, we could play in transition. Proud of our start that way. I thought we did a good job finding some disruption early, being aggressive at the point of attack, and again, our flow behind was good as well. So.
Paige was saying that the story should be about Arike tonight. I was just wondering, what do you think about her performance after the All-Star break?
Yeah, just incredibly proud for her resolve. And again, this is a long season, right? So these stretches come, but just to sit up here and hear the two of these leaders on our team speak the way they do and how level-headed they are is just so encouraging as the leader of this team. So just proud that Arike has continued to stick with it and believe and invest in herself and her teammates. And I just feel like she's just been more calm. She's been letting the game come to her, making simple decisions, and to her point, trusting her teammates. And now, just proud that she's had a couple good games in a row, hoping to keep it going for her.
Another new starting lineup tonight. What do you like about just having those five on the floor?
Yeah. Pace, I like it, right? We got up and down. You saw how fast we were playing. So just the pace that we can generate that way. And then also, again, having another facilitator there that can make good decisions with the ball in Haley, and Louisa as well can facilitate from the 5 position. But when you have a 5 that can stretch it, just adds dimensions and puts more pressure on the defense.
Tiara had the big game last night, didn't play tonight. Anything going on injury-wise with her?
No, T is fine. Again, like game to game, it's where there are spots to play. And so I'll look back and see if I could have gotten her in there. But again, 11 players, it's tough to get everybody minutes, and it's not going to be your night every single night. And we keep preaching that and believing in that when your number is called, you're ready. And our team buys into that. So just proud of our team that everyone who did come off the bench was ready for their opportunities, and it's a good team win.
Hey, Coach. Of course, the chemistry was clicking, especially through Arike. But also, what did you see out of the film that you were able to exploit from New York?
No, I mean, they looked a little disjointed at first, right? They haven't played much without Stewie, so it was to be expected that they wouldn't be clicking early. But for us to go out and take advantage of that and build the lead that we did as we needed every point of it, so that was good. That we dictated and we were who we were as they kind of tried to figure out what are we going to look like without Stewie, and they started big with Izzy, and then they went small and played a little small, so that they were searching, and that's difficult to go play a game without one of your very key parts.
So Arike kind of talked about that increased communication between her and Paige as to how they've been playing better over the course of this season. But from a coach's perspective, how have you seen their relationship grow over the course of the season?
Yeah, just again, they're getting closer and closer, and I mean, you heard them speak to it. They're being extremely intentional about, hey, we can do this together. Forget what the media is saying. Forget the narratives that are out there. We're in control of the narrative, and so the more we can trust in each other and pour into each other, the better off this thing is going to be. And so they're just both extremely mature, and they're all about the right things, and they want the best for each other and for this entire team and organization. So it's a good, budding, special relationship that they have.
What were some of the challenges that New York's zone posed the offense in the second half?
Yeah, it just, number one, it's tough to play with a lead period. It's tough to play with a lead period, right? It's awkward. You have a big lead, you keep playing fast, you slow down, you need to take clock, and now you throw in the zone, and it just adds another layer, right? Not a ton of teams play a lot of zone, and now you're attacking the zone, and you're reading the clock, is this too early of a shot? And so you start second-guessing yourself, and it just took us out of our rhythm. So credit to New York to continue to fight through and scratch and claw, and then just glad that we made enough plays down the stretch to be able to pull it out.
Chris, you started Haley tonight. What did you see from what did she give you, and is that matchup dependent, or is that going to be the norm going forward? And one more, if you'll indulge me, I'd just like to ask your thoughts on what I asked Paige about the defense and how it's grown from the beginning of the season to now.
I'll start with the second one. I think our defense, it needs even more growth, but we asked the team to focus on one thing today, and we had them write it on the board, and they all wrote something defensive. So that was encouraging. It was point of attack. It was guard my yard. It was rebound the ball. So we're emphasizing it, and there's intention, and everyone knows that we need to be better, and it's going to start with everybody individually with their effort and discipline. That's what we're talking about, is just being disciplined to what we're trying to execute. So I thought we took a step forward tonight, and we got to continue to just be more consistent in a game, putting 4 quarters together, and then throughout the season. So develop discipline, consistency. And then with Haley, again, we'll see, Matt, whether that's going to stick or if it's matchup dependent. Right away, I don't have the answer for you, but we go into a game with Atlanta, who has 2 ginormous, just great presence with Bree Jones and Griner. So we'll talk about it tomorrow if we want to mix anything up to match them or if we want to stick with it. But I like Haley, again, pace that she brings to our lineup. Rebound, push the ball, get up the floor. You have to run with her. Another facilitator at the post position, smart player, continues to move the ball and is a great connector offensively.
Christian on Zoom, go ahead.
Coach, the other day you were talking about stacking days. As far as this one, arguably one of the best ones of the season, how do you stack this into other games, travel days, especially with the intentionality on the court as far as the way the team is defending, swarming ball screens, defending one-on-one, and knowing when to go help and when not to?
Yeah, one day at a time. This stretch continues, right? So that was 3 and 4. We'll take the day off tomorrow, maybe watch a little film to prep for Atlanta, and then we'll come in and have a shoot around. So we won't have much time to practice, but just, each team presents different opportunities, different challenges. And so we've got to, again, take the good and then continue to just take it day by day, possession by possession, game by game. Again, you heard it from Paige. Now you heard it from Arike about momentum being a myth, but I love it. They just spit gold. So it's just, it's fun when your 2 leaders are giving you all the things you need to say.
You talk about that defensive intentionality with Stewie out. You guys really focused on Sabrina and really held her back, especially in that first half. Was the game plan to kind of try to cut the head of the snake that way and talk about all the different bodies that you threw at her as well?
Yeah, totally. I wanted to be aggressive with her early and not let her feel comfortable coming off any ball screen. So I thought we did that early. And so that definitely helped, right? The defense created offense. We were able to get some steals and get out and run. 24 points off of 12 turnovers. So, just liked how disruptive we were at the point of attack with Sabrina tonight.
DJ, go ahead.
Coach, my question is, what did you see from Arike's decision-making tonight that made you proud or surprised you?
Nothing, really. She's been making simple decisions here the latter part of this year, especially after the All-Star break. She's just been making simple decisions. And tonight, we hit more shots, so those assists added up. Not surprised at all. Like, she just has been getting off the ball, 2 at her, short roll. I mean, you saw her find Nay. I thought we did a good job at times, too, bringing smaller people and finding mismatches around the rim, whether it was Maisha or Haley off a cut. Her eyes are up, and she's not just looking at the hoop. She's seeing her teammates, and she trusts her teammates.
Last one, Rob.
Thank you, Rob Jansen from the podium finish. Coach, the game tightened up in the second half. The team responded when it mattered most with an emphasis on discipline, consistent basketball. So, how encouraged are you by your team responding to these game-to-game situations, and especially with building that high-energy basketball against the defending champion New York Liberty?
Yeah, proud that we were able to pull that out. Again, it's never easy to play with a lead, and with a young group, we have to learn how to do that, and then also learn how to play down the stretch. Again, I didn't love some of the shots we took down the stretch, so just understanding time and score, clock management. So those are all things that you take from this game, and thankfully you take it with a W, and you can continue to learn and get better.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.